The Dance of the Dragons, that terrible civil war which tore House Targaryen apart, is a story packed with tragedy, but few deaths feel as brutal and pointless as that of Prince Jacaerys Velaryon. He was the eldest son of Princess Rhaenyra, the heir to the Iron Throne after his mother, and a figure of great promise who died far too young and in a way that truly highlights the sheer waste of war. Jacaerys, or Jace as he was often called, grew up knowing the world was watching him. From a young age, his parentage was a source of great debate and whispered rumor throughout the realm, an issue that poisoned his family's position even before the war officially began. However, he always carried himself with a sense of duty and a seriousness that went beyond his years. After his younger brother Lucerys was brutally murdered by Aemond Targaryen over Shipbreaker Bay, Jace truly stepped into a leadership role for the Blacks, as Rhaenyra was consumed by grief. Jace understood that his mother needed allies, and he took on the crucial and dangerous task of flying north on his dragon, Vermax, to secure the loyalty of the great houses. This mission, known as the Journeys of Jace, was a political masterstroke. He flew to the Eyrie to speak with Lady Jane Arryn, and then onward to Winterfell to negotiate with the young Lord Cregan Stark. It was during this northern trip that he secured what would be known as the Pact of Ice and Fire, a marriage pact that promised his own future daughter to Lord Cregan Stark's son, which secured the North's mighty army for the Black cause. Jace's diplomacy proved his intelligence and his capacity for ruling, marking him as a prince who was both a fearsome dragon rider and a capable politician. However, the war at sea was escalating rapidly, and this is where Jace's tragic fate was sealed. The Gullet, which is the body of water that leads into Blackwater Bay and King's Landing, was a critical bottleneck. Jace's grandfather, Lord Corlys Velaryon the Sea Snake, had blockaded it with his massive fleet to cut off the capital. In response, the Greens, led by Otto Hightower, made a desperate deal with the Triarchy, an alliance of the free cities of Lys, Myr, and Tyrosh, to break the blockade. This led to a massive, chaotic, and terrifying naval battle that would be remembered as the Battle of the Gullet. At this point in the war, Rhaenyra, fearing for her remaining young sons, Aegon the Younger and Viserys, decided to send them away from the immediate danger of Dragonstone. They were sent on ships toward the safety of Pentos, but their ships sailed directly into the brewing storm of the Triarchy's ambush, right into the jaws of the Battle of the Gullet. Jace, back from his diplomatic missions, was with his mother at Dragonstone when the attack began. It is believed he saw his younger brother's ships caught in the initial ambush. Accounts from the book Fire and Blood suggest that Jace, consumed by the need to save his last remaining siblings, launched himself into the fight, flying Vermax low and directly into the heart of the naval carnage. The battle was a true spectacle of fire and blood, with the massive Velaryon fleet and its allies fighting against the 90 warships of the Triarchy, and 5 dragons from the Black side sweeping through the air. Jace and Vermax were among the first of the dragons to engage. Unfortunately, in his desperate attempt to save his brothers and break the Triarchy lines, Jace flew his dragon too close to the hostile ships. The Triarchy ships were not defenseless. They were heavily armed with scorpions and giant crossbows designed to shoot massive bolts capable of piercing dragon scales, and they had onboard crossbowmen, particularly men from the free city of Myr, who were known to be expert archers. In the chaos, either a massive scorpion bolt or, according to some accounts, a heavy grapnel shot from one of the Myrish ships struck Vermax. It hit the dragon with enough force to injure him grievously, or in other accounts, to simply pull the dragon down. Vermax, entangled in the ropes and wreckage of a burning ship, crashed violently into the Gullet's churning waters. The accounts of what happened next are chilling and universally tragic. Jace, separated from his dying dragon, managed to leap free of the wreckage, landing in the sea. This was a moment of true terror. He was the heir to the Iron Throne, a prince of Westeros, now struggling in the cold water amidst a brutal naval battle. It was there, floating or swimming among the burning wreckage and bodies, that he was quickly spotted by the Triarchy soldiers. Without hesitation or mercy, the Myrish crossbowmen on the surrounding ships aimed their weapons. Jacaerys Velaryon was shot to death by multiple crossbow bolts as he struggled in the water. He was not killed in a glorious duel with another dragon rider, nor was he devoured by a beast. The Prince of Dragonstone was killed by a volley of simple, unglamorous crossbow bolts, like any common soldier. His body vanished beneath the waves, swallowed by the Gullet. Based on the source material, Fire and Blood, Jacaerys Velaryon was only 16 years old when he died during the Battle of the Gullet. The loss of Jace was devastating for Rhaenyra and the Black cause. He was their strong diplomatic leader, the one who had secured the crucial Northern Alliance and brought the dragon seeds to the cause. His death, barely a year into the Dance of the Dragons, was a crippling blow to the morale and a tragic confirmation of the high personal cost of the war. It was yet another one of Rhaenyra's sons brutally ripped away from her. The House of the Dragon show has been setting the stage for this moment, foreshadowing the danger with careful scenes and dialogue, preparing the audience for a tragedy that is both sudden and terribly consequential. Jace Velaryon's final and brutal moments in the unforgiving waters of the Gullet perfectly encapsulate the sheer horror and waste of the war that was the dance of the dragons. The critical questions remain. Was Jace's decision to fly directly into the Triarchy fleet during the Battle of the Gullet a reckless or a necessary sacrifice? If Jace had survived the Gullet, do you think he would have been a better or worse king than his brother Aegon III? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And to follow the chaotic aftermath of this war, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in my next video.